Hello again, Internet, and welcome once again to a one-up, hands-on preview shot off the screen of a Nintendo 3DS. This time we're looking at Tobidase. No, let's not talk about the Japanese title. Let's just call it Animal Crossing New Leaf, the import version. As you may be familiar with Animal Crossing, this one plays pretty much exactly the same. You live in a little town, you meet animal people, you talk to them a lot, you dig up fossils, you donate them to the museum, you pay off a mortgage. It's the same shtick as usual, but there are some differences to this game. For instance, there's your assistant, Shizue. You take over as mayor of the town that you live in, and she's kind of your secretary, and she's sort of the gatekeeper for a lot of the advanced features of this game, many of which I actually haven't been able to access myself yet because this game does a really good job of unlocking new elements the further you play. So right now I live in a pretty simple little house. It's the second upgrade for the house. You start in a tent with a 4x4 floor plan, and then you pay off money to Tom Nook, and you get a bigger floor plan. Then later on, you can expand that even more. You can add extra rooms. You can add a second story. You can add a basement. Um, Mostly, I just use mine as a place to keep all my gyroids because I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with these little dudes. They're like they're like cactars, but more evil and kind of terrifying with that little noise they make. But that's nothing new. It's pretty familiar territory to anyone who's played Animal Crossing before. You've got villagers who move in and out of town. If you look at my town map, I actually have it looks like 9 villagers now. No, is it down to 8? Oh no, no, it is 9. There are 9 villagers total, which I think is one more than an Animal Crossing DS. It's the little things that make a difference. But you can easily spend your day just wandering around the town doing nothing of consequences, digging up fossils, catching fish, plucking weeds. You can build weird-looking snowmen who do snowman bingo for you, and you can win prizes by creating a bingo card. There's my bingo card, and he'll roll a number, and it probably won't win me a prize because it likes to drag it out as long as possible. Number 7. So I punch out number 7, and I didn't win a prize. But I'm getting closer every time, every day. So yeah, a lot of the depth of this game is kind of lost on me because it's all in Japanese, and there's so much text that I just don't feel like translating it all, trying to figure out what they're saying. So I'm kind of bumbling through without paying a lot of attention. But right here in the commerce area of the town, you can really see some of the differences. If you check out the map, you can see that there are a lot of different places to go, and you can see the grayed out areas of things that haven't opened yet. Because even though I've been playing this for nearly a month, I still every day for a month, I still haven't unlocked a lot of the special events and the special areas. So, oh look, something's actually going in. This was not here yesterday, but it looks like they're renovating a building. I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm sure it will be exciting and awesome. As usual, the museum's over here. You go in, you can talk to Blathers, the owl. Show him your fossils, give him fish, whatever. So you can do multiple fossils at the same time, and he'll check those out. If you find fossils that the museum doesn't have yet, you can always donate them. And it looks like I found 2 fossils that were not yet in the base, the database, the library, whatever, the museum. I forget my words. So I've passed those along to him. And I'm taking off. See you later, owl face. So far, I have not unlocked the cafe that was in the basement of the DS game. I haven't unlocked the observatory that was in the attic of the museum in the DS game. So, as you can see, those are things that the game dishes out over time. I'm going to follow this guy. Move over. All right, there we go. Into Nookway, or whatever it's called. This time, Tom Nook does not run the shop. He's leaving that up to his child. Meanwhile, Tom Nook himself has become a real estate agent. He's finally gone into business full time, managing loans. And of course, as usual, the core of this game consists of selling off all the crap you find around the town for pitiful sums, apparently. That's why it takes a long, long time to pay off, what, the $7 million worth of loans you can take? 7 million bells worth of loans you can take to totally deck out your house. But again, the game does a really good job of kind of doling things out. In addition to the shops that open up over time, you can go in here. No, not here. Sorry, it's down in the main town. You go over here and talk to Shizue. And this is where Tortimer, the tortoise, used to be the mayor of town, but he's no longer with us. That doesn't mean he's dead. He actually came by. He's on like a permanent vacation. So you're just kind of taking over for him. And there are a lot of different options here. And honestly, I don't feel like figuring out what all of them are at the moment. But you can do a lot of different things, some of which are reporting bad residents, which I think forces them to move out. You can turn your town into a place where businesses are open 24 hours a day, which is really helpful if you are the kind of person like me who works during the day and then has time to play this at night after all the shops have closed. You can change the town music, which allows you to compose your own music. There's all kinds of stuff you can do here, but it's a little bit in the weeds, considering it's the Japanese version. But there is a lot of potential to kind of customize how you play, and you can take over the desk here, hang out. Shizue will give you some more options, but I'm not going to mess with those right now either. And of course, you start the game the same way that you start every Animal Crossing, which is by taking the train into town. And there's a cat who asks you a bunch of questions, and it helps define your character's gender and your appearance. I let my wife decide what character appearance I should have, the gender and so forth. And so since she got to pick a girl for me, I've been doing my best to make the girl look more like me, which I guess is kind of weird, but she's got glasses and a hat and a blazer. So, there's this kind of very, very, very minimalistic role-playing element to it. There's a shop here where you can buy flowers to pretty up the town. And of course, flowers gradually die on their own, so you have to go around and find the ones that are dying and water them. And the dude here is a really creepy-looking sloth. But yeah, there's flower seeds, there's a tree you can plant, whatever. My town is already full of foliage. Here, of course, you can go in and buy clothing for yourself. There are two parts to this shop. There's the purchase the clothing section. You can buy 3D glasses, but you don't need 3D glasses because it's on 3DS, which doesn't come across on video, but yes. You can buy what appears to be like a Rob Liefeld headband thing for a superhero character. There's a ivy cap, a baseball cap. I don't even know what this leaf would do, but it's there if you want it. So that's the headgear. And here you can customize patterns and buy pre-made clothing. There's what appears to be a muumuu. There's some really weird plaid stuff. There are houndstooth pants. That sounds a lot classier than the polka dotted skirt my character is wearing. So let's switch over to the houndstooth tights. That was 480 bells well spent. And as usual, you just kind of mess around with the menu. And now I have a blazer and houndstooth pants. I'm just so classy. It's a little scary. And yeah, that's pretty much what there is to this game. It's Animal Crossing, pretty much like you've played it before. It has minor little tweaks and improvements, but if you're looking for a radically different experience than you've had before in Animal Crossing, you're really not going to get it. It's really, as usual with a lot of Nintendo sequels, really about refinements, small changes, just improvements to make the game more addictive to demand more of your time each day. You can cycle through your gear just by toggling the D-pad. So, they've put some thought into the user interface. Your town now has two different kinds of fruit. At least mine does. It has standard peaches and mountain peaches, which are golden. Um, yeah, it's it's a little depressing that I'm talking about the fact that I have two different colors of fruit as some kind of amazing new game design option, but it's there, and that's kind of the Animal Crossing experience. But if you're like me and you haven't played an Animal Crossing game since the DS one came out, that's what, 7, 8 years ago. It's worth revisiting the game. I think this guy comes back, Cap'n the Kappa, and he'll take you to a tropical island where you can catch other kinds of bugs and collect other kinds of fruit and so forth. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can safely assume that your Animal Crossing experience will be somewhat different than mine because the game probably won't come out in the US until this fall or so. So it won't be snowy there, it'll be autumnal, and you'll get to enjoy a different season and different events and so on and so forth. But if you're a fan of doing nothing much at all, a little bit every day in a harmless, toothless, friendly little Nintendo world, I imagine you're probably going to enjoy the hell out of Animal Crossing New Leaf. Although Nintendo would be very, very disappointed if you said enjoy the hell, because they just don't use that kind of language.